Cherry Coke Quinto et al.
Okay, and
cherry vanilla flow ion.
cherry vanilla. I don't know that. Have I had cherry
Honestly,
vanilla?
when I gotta be honest, like the other day, I was really craving a Coke Black.
What?
And,
Okay,
like,
what is that? I have never had that.
It's when they mixed like coffee with soda.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
That's a
this
thing?
came out when I was like 18, 19. So like I wasn't doing anything besides just drinking a lot of caffeine and staying up. So this was in my rotation. Welcome to Android Faithful.
Wait a
my-
minute. So you actually take coffee and you mix it with Coca-Cola?
Well, they used to sell
What?
it in a little bottle and call it Coke Black.
BLAK, you guys, with a line over
Yeah.
the A.
Oh.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Very like
Oh. Wow. This is something. This is totally a thing that I had no
but
idea.
instead I have
of.
Gerolsteiner, which is from the finest mountain in Germany.
Yay.
Coca-Cola
That's
Black.
German mountain water.
Also gonna make me have bubbles, just like Jason.
Oh,
Yes.
I also have a
I was
Topo
like-
Chico. We're bubbles tonight.
Oh, I love it. We're all bubbles today. Look at that.
Oh, so we're going to be muting ourselves at random times to make sure no one knows, other than the mention that we had up at the top.
Listen,
Another thing we
has
should
magnesium.
mention at the top is Patreon, because I don't know if you knew this or not, but Ron was feeling feisty. And so he set up a 20% off your first month or your first year. You could go a whole year and you get 20% off. Boom. So if you were on the fence of supporting on the Patreon and getting ad-free episodes and all the other perks that we have that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I promise you they're good. June 30th is the end of this special. So we would love to see you, oh dear future patrons. Go to patreon.com/AndroidFaithful. Support us there. We appreciate it. Cool. I've done my work. So what were we talking about in pre-show that we were going to say something about? I did.
Polyandroidy.
Oh, polyandroidy. Yes, that's the term that you give all Android phone reviewers when they're walking around with more than one phone in their pocket. That's polyandroidery, right?
Yes.
It's hard. It's hard labor. Like I have to give emotional labor to all three of my phones I have on me at all time.
It's
Don't want any one of them to feel like they're not special.
Exactly.
Everybody's got a different need that needs to be fulfilled. The nothing phone has got the fun, cool, stylistic part of it. The Pixel phone has got the Google algorithms that I just can't leave behind because I need those every day of my life. The Pixel, I would say, is my primary relationship.
I'm not polyandroidurous. What is the name? What is the
Polyandroid.
word?
Polyandroidurous,
No,
I think is
Jason,
correct.
you are just a word that I cannot use on camera, but I think it would be really funny if I
That's a
could
saucy
because
word.
it would be funny
think I know
to
what-
call you
Hold
that.
on, let me get on this. Hold on, I've got two trackers. Hold on, I'm poly tracker. Oh, I got pistol watch. Poly tracker. I don't know, dude. Poly wearable. Oh my god.
I don't know where
I'm
we're going with
pretty monogamous today. I'm just on the
Yeah.
Pixel phone and Pixel Watch.
See, I have a hard time letting any of my flings go. I've even got the S25 Edge right here. This thing, I just, it means a lot to me. Most everyone else.
Why? Why do you have that phone of all phones?
I don't know, because it's just.
I know people are still loving. By the way, people still love that iPhone Slim or whatever the heck they called.
Yeah. I think what I like about this phone is that it does feel just like a little too thin. Like
You're gonna sit on it and break it.
I'm never probably gonna use this again, but it's just kind of cool to hold a phone that is this thin because none of them are anymore. So that's why I could never get rid of you, S25 Edge. Mwah.
As long
there
as
we
the
go.
battery doesn't go spicy.
I don't know. I'm worried about a lot of other phones before that one going spicy. I got a whole
few more years.
I have a whole polyandroidurous display filled with my previous flings, and one of those could go spicy.
God, you're
any
welcome,
minute.
Ron. This is what happens
The
when
thing
you
is,
don't
I
show up, Ron.
love it when Jason leans it to a bit because he will commit to it, and like we don't give him enough credit for it. By the way,
Well,
I might not let go of it soon enough, though. Is the thing. I tend to stretch them
well,
on.
and that's why you are poly and androidus, androidus, Jason, because you do commit. You commit to everything, and you commit as hard
very
as
Virgo
a
of him,
human being can
actually.
commit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
very Virgo. Yeah,
Well, are we committed to the news? Because we
Yes.
got a lot of it.
we do.
Oh
we
my
do,
goodness.
We do.
Yep.
All right. Well, Flo, not only do you have the top news, you went on a field trip. Is that right?
I did. Man, oh man. You guys, last week was absolute. Not that I want to talk about me, but I just want to let you all
go
know
for
last
it.
week was wild because I had a couple days at WWDC fully entrenched in like the Apple Garden. I was wearing a lot of white and black. Like I really do have a very like specific, And then I went to Google Campus
Wow.
where
You
it was
just happened to be in the area? You're just like, oh,
yes,
there's Google.
yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
just happened to be in the area, and actually, I sort of, I do apologize that I did not seed you with this beforehand, but I would like to show you that I did get to see the new Android statues.
Okay. Let's see
So
here.
let's see
Where
how
do
I can share this with you. I'm going to go
definitely
ahead
give those to me. So out on the
and-
lawn, basically.
out on the lawn, and what struck me, I'm going to go ahead and drop it in our studio chat.
Okay.
Go. Here's
I
the
will
first
grab it.
one. And what particularly struck me about both of these is that they're actual play structures.
Oh, so you can like, okay. I just found the photo. Here we go for those watching the live stream.
Yeah, so that one's a
teeter totter
seesaw.
seesaw. Teeter totter or seesaw. It's tomato.
And on the
Okay.
end, it looks like oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't show this to you guys. Let me send you a third one real quick just to mix it up here. This one you're going to want to go to, this third one first.
Okay. Well, I will certainly
Apologies.
try. So I'm going to go to the third one. I went ahead and put on animated for those.
No, that's
watching.
fine.
Okay.
It was a very windy day. So do you
we
notice
go.
that pointer at the edge there of the seesaw?
It looks like, is it a heart or no? Or is
It's
it's the navigation pointer?
It's
right?
not the navigation pointer. It is
Oh.
the new arrow on the Google Book.
Wait, what?
Is that
Oh.
not?
Oh, hold on. The cursor
Is that
thing.
not? Because that's
Well, I
the new.
don't know.
That's the brand new statue.
Oh, it could be. I was just thinking it was like a
Help me,
navigation
Google.
thing. So wait. So where does the arrow show on the Google Book?
Well, remember they had that whole thing about how we are reinventing the pointer and the
Oh,
way that
the
we see
And you
the
like,
pointer.
Oh,
if
that
you
arrow.
wiggle
Okay.
it does a thing.
Got it.
It's the Gemini thing.
Wow. There, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just
as
noticed
cousin of
that.
Josh says, we're going deep. Right out of the gate here.
Let's
Cool,
show
so were you able
can
to
we show
ride the seesaw?
merry-go-round? I didn't know because I just felt kind of, I don't know, it was a windy day and it was just me and
Yeah, I understand. You
like,
don't want to
it
be.
was late in the day and everybody was leaving and I didn't want to be like, hey, let
Yeah.
me be
You don't
a-
want to be the kid in the
That's
playground
Taurus.
playing by yourself.
I don't think
Yeah.
a one-person seesaw is that much. You know what I mean? Like it's not the experience that a two people in a
No.
seesaw.
See, the
or
thing is, I didn't want to
teeter-totter.
make myself like fall or look silly among the professional people that I was with because I was in professional mode. I was not,
Oh.
play mode.
I thought maybe you were alone and you could like recruit a walking by Googler or a passerby.
No,
Like,
this
hey,
is where
Googler,
I
get over here.
actually- This is where I actually got to do a whole demo with Android 17, which we're talking about.
Yes.
It was right after I got to I got to chat with our favorite VP and GM of Android platforms.
Excellent. So what did you learn?
What did I learn? What
What are
did
the
I learn?
things? What do we need to know?
did
I
I
think
learn?
I just updated my. No, I clicked to update it. Oh, okay. So I have system update available. It's downloaded it. It says it's going to apply it at 2 a.m. That's lame. Restart now. Okay, so I'm going to get Android 17 right now. Like it's literally coming through right now. What
Okay.
do we need to know about it? Like what's exciting about Android 17 now that everybody can get it? Well, not everybody, but a lot of people can.
Well, I think what was really interesting is Android 17, when it was a beta, it started out really benign. Like we're doing some platform enhancements under the hood. Like we're making sure that, APIs are open and accessible. And it's now in this like final release of Android 17 that we see kind of the fruits of all that labor.
Mm-hmm.
Because things like the ability now to use a feature like Night Sight through a third-party app like Instagram, that's all because of the work that Google did, the Android team, I should say, did on the back end to allow that kind of hook in, and to allow the social media websites to be able to read that metadata. Because the other thing is, at the end of the day, that keeps you buying the Pixel phone is when you have access to all those algorithms inherently like that. So, and the screen recording feature, guys, is, I cannot wait to use it to rant about everything.
Oh, the reactions, the screen reactions.
Screen reactions. Yes, I keep referring it to by the wrong name. It is called officially Screen Reactions. I did get to try it out in person, and I actually got to make my own little video, which I would like to share with you. But I do just need a quick moment to fetch the video.
Is it in your photos library?
Yes, I actually need to upload it to Photos real quick.
Okay, well, you do that. Let's see here. I can't get this to zoom out. World Cup is better with bubbles. So, okay. Yeah, I saw something. Yeah, everybody's all goo-goo over World Cup. I'm really not paying close attention. But apparently this has bubbles appearing. My phone just finally rebooted with Android 17. Maybe I can get it to show some of this stuff, but not if it, it's still booting. It's still slow. So we got bubbles, we got screen reactions.
Let me show you the screen reaction in motion, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Where do I get to it? Oh,
in the link in our little group chat.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to move this over to the big screen, and there won't be any audio, but
yeah, that's okay.
Oh, nice.
It's me complaining that we're doing the demo and they didn't put my article on screen. They put my colleague's article on screen. But I'm like not actually annoyed, but I didn't know what else to do in the moment. I was like, I'm just going to act like I'm mad. I wanted to see how my brow would furrow in this feature. And as you can see,
hey, your brow looks good. It removes from the background really well.
Almost flawlessly. I mean, I just had trees and landscape behind me. Like we did this all outside. The sound was pretty darn good. It was very interesting that they positioned all like the creator features as being the thing to care about this. Yeah. Because I think Google really wants the creator economy to see their hardware as stuff that you can use for it, because that helps give it the cachet that they want.
Yes.
And I just think it's so hard because anyway, it's a big conversation.
Hard to convince people to do that.
Yeah, it's a big conversation that we can have someday, because I really think it warrants like its own episode. But it was very interesting code switching after 4 days at Apple, and then going to like the colorful Google campus, and it's very it's very different. But the good news is that this Android 17 update also comes in tandem with Wear OS 7 updates.
Oh, okay. So, Wear OS 7, is that gonna? Is this primarily gonna see
Pixel
this
Watch.
Initially on the Pixel Watch? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So just things like live updates and like 10% improved battery. It's very minute, but just the idea is that the foundations are being strengthened underneath. Yeah. Which is a really important thing now, because as you saw last week, Apple was like, we strengthen our foundations too. So who can strengthen the most? I do want to point out, however, the one thing glaringly missing from the Android 17 release, and would you guys like to take a guess at what that is?
Balloons. I don't know.
No, those are included. Rubber
okay.
bubbles. No. Gemini
true.
Intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Gemini and GI. Gemini Intelligence.
The gastrointestinal tract. Did they? GI.
I'm
Sorry.
This is what happens when I drink Sprite before a show.
This is what happens when Ron isn't here to crack that whip.
Yeah, he's
Oh my
never going to be
goodness.
not here again. Did they acknowledge? Did they have any explanation as far as why?
Yeah, they just said it's coming out later this year, and but we're talking about things that we saw at Google I/O. So we're talking about Rambler. We're talking about create a widget. We're talking about. Like I just wrote about this, and now my brain just completely.
Welcome to the story of my life. I mean, maybe it's the sort of
new
thing that like
emojis. New emojis
they
haven't come
maybe
out
they
yet.
save those particular pieces for the next Pixel family. You know, those end up being kind of the enticing, like, okay, we're finally bringing you Rambler on the new Pixel, whatever it is, 11
I know that they're doing
or
that,
12.
but it's
or,
just
I don't even know.
something to point out that like this is
Yeah.
what it means. Android is a platform through and through. It remains a platform, and that's why it is being used as the basis for all these other little, you know, for TV, for the glasses, for all this other stuff. I think what's interesting is how this is all going to live in tandem with Gemini as our agent, Android as our platform. It's kind of a way to think it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And we need to have a very, very stable platform to stand on, because when you're jumping into that AI water,
You don't. Yeah. You
no
want
room
it
for
to
error.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the floor when you jump into that pool. I don't know. I'm trying with the analogies. This is not working for me today.
Sorry.
Omni is on the new release. Is that right?
Yes,
I can
it
look forward to
is.
Omni,
At the,
Gemini,
I guess at the
Gemini
very
Omni.
least, and it's Pixel 6 and up, so it's worth mentioning. That's
Okay.
the Android 17 update is for Pixels 6 and up.
Is Gemini on Pixel 6? How long ago was Pixel 6? That was like 5 years ago. Yeah, interesting.
Is Gemini on Pixel 6? I asked Gemini.
Let's ask
Gemini
the
says
world's
yes. Gemini is
intelligence.
available on the Pixel
On
6.
the Pixel 6. Okay, there we go. Well, cool. Anything that we don't already know about this update? I mean, like I said, I just installed it. I've now rebooted. To my naked eye, my eye that is not wearing any clothes, I cannot see any differences. but I will play around with it, and I'm sure I will encounter some of those differences. But okay. Cool. So we have that, and now we've got the countdown to Android 18. We're going to start wondering when the betas, the alphas are going to release on Android 18.
The only sororities and fraternities that I hang out with.
Excellent. Okay. Well, maybe next time you go to the Google campus, let me know. I'll go with you, and we'll do the teeter-totter or the seesaw, whatever you want to call it.
Together, or so that
Yeah.
you don't have to be alone.
It
Yeah.
actually would be great to do it with Jason, because Jason is tall, so he'd be able to like.
Oh, I'd be able to like spring you off of the thing.
We would basically just be relying on you for the manpower. So
Yeah. All right, that's that. Big day. Android 17. Cool. What we got next, Win?
We got a little bit less celebratory story. Yeah, a little bit. So there's a report in Ars Technica about a gentleman named Tom Collery, who is a 22-year Verizon customer. Not that he's 22 years old, but he's been with Verizon for 22 years. He called Verizon in February about some network issues that he was having, and was sent a quote-unquote refurbished Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 as a replacement The big thing with that was that phone ended up having a mobile device management MDM profile on it, which means that at any point it could be remotely wiped, and it was.
And
About
it was,
10
and
days,
it did.
and it wasn't. It did. About 10 days in, the phone apparently started auto rebooting and pushing screen updates, and then was remotely factory reset, as Verizon's MDM system just fired off for whatever reason, whether it was like a scheduled wipe or just something else, and. Yeah, he saw screens showing device owned by Verizon, protected by Brick Tech or something, and then other things like contact your IT administrator. So the bad thing, unfortunately, is Mr. Colleray lost years of personal data. Apparently, his Google Samsung backups were not as fresh as it turned out to be. He lost a lot of things. Apparently, even most sadly, the last video that he had taken of his grandmother who had recently passed away. So very, very sad. And also, how the heck did he get a device that had not been previously wiped of that MDM to begin with? And then there follows a just, obviously an intense back and forth with Verizon Help. At first, I think their response was to give him a $400 credit, a second refurb that definitely did not have an MDM on it, but they actually let him keep well, let's hope. We swear this one doesn't have an MDM on it, but they did let him keep the original device, which was good. Because he said something to the effect of, well, it's a good thing to let me keep it because they would charge you for that kind of thing. So they basically let him keep the other one for free or something, or like invalid or waive the payments on the second device, Verizon. And Verizon told the FCC when the FCC got involved that the case is resolved, but refused to disclose what MDM data was collected or who triggered the wipe without a legal order. So Mr. Colleray didn't really take all of this lying down. He did basically cite the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, and notes that violations of that act incur a fine of $5,000 per violation. So he's definitely trying to get more information out of Verizon, who has been, unsurprisingly very tight-lipped and very, not forthcoming with any more information with his big oopsie whoopsies. But he is pursuing further legal action with data due to CCPA's provisions for data disclosure rights, and he did file a notice of dispute and is considering small claims court. And the original thing that got him into this situation, which is like his network issues, are still not resolved. He said he can barely use his phone now in regards to network. So all around, real poopy, if that's a technical term, real poopy. But yeah, it just kind of really begs the question, what is Verizon doing to process refurbished units, and how on earth did all of this happen? I think there is a EFF senior technologist, Cooper Quinton, who commented on this, saying that this really deserves a outside investigation, and not just Verizon promising really hard that they'll look into it and we'll figure this out. But yeah, that pretty much stinks, and is pretty, I don't know, like, I don't know what else to say other than, geez Louise, like, how does this kind of crap happen? Anyway.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good.
How many other times has this happened, though? Like, if Verizon has refurbished hundreds of thousands upon hundreds of thousands of, I truly don't know the numbers. I don't know the reality of something like this. Like, is this the only time this has happened? Like, mistakes are going to happen sometimes. I promise you, I'm not trying to give Verizon an easy out necessarily, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, how much of a real scandal is this? Like, sometimes poop happens, as you said. And I don't know, I don't automatically just go around trusting carriers, and it's crummy that it happened. But, like, is it just something that, like, accidentally happened and probably won't happen to anyone else?
I kind of feel for this person, because they say they've been with Verizon for like 22 years.
No
not
question.
saying that you don't.
Yeah.
But I have been with Verizon since 1996. So I inherited
You're still
30 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was for a long time. I'm no longer. Haven't been for a while.
Yeah. And sometimes, I'm not going to lie to you, I do try to use that, well, I'm a longtime customer line, because you do want to still believe in the idea that if you're a loyal customer, like, that's the power that we have.
Yeah,
is
for
to be
sure.
a loyal customer and hopefully get some kickbacks. And they did kind of
Accommodations.
do
Yeah.
him dirty, like they did like mess up his life by sending him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I didn't mention, but also for his network problems, they had meant to send him some kind of device. I'm not sure if it was a repeater or something, a network extender, and they never sent it. So
Yeah.
I don't disagree that it's that it probably is uncommon and that certainly poop happens. I think the thing that really bothers folks is again like the lack of disclosure about more, I guess, the reassurances that his data, like what of his
Yeah.
data is available, how can he get like recourse. And he mentioned also that the higher up he got, like the more his support got escalated, the less helpful people became. It sounded like kind of like the, I don't want to say low level, but kind of like the initial like help agents were, or not AI agents, but like help support staff were very helpful, and that he got less and less communicate as it got elevated, maybe because of the implications of the MDM and data disclosure. So I think if anything, it's like a lack of transparency, especially with some of this
Yeah.
data, especially after you, of course, by accident wipe their data. I think it's just like the lack of
Yeah.
transparency and more recourse that is a little upsetting.
Yeah.
Not that they're doing anything nefarious or that they're totally inept or anything, but
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not saying any of that to like negate or lessen this person's experience. It sucks to go through that. And who is it in chat who said like there's probably hundreds of this that has happened. I mean, but we don't know. I guess that's the fact, but that it's really hard. Potentially, it's really hard for these things to break through and get attention. And so this is one of those things that acts as the kind of beacon for when things like this do happen. And there at the end of the article, the quote from Collery says, "My service, the reason that he contacted Verizon initially to begin with, my service is still abysmal. I can't even get a GPS signal in front of my building. I usually have to drive at least a few blocks before anything works. Womp womp womp. At the end of the day, still signal sucks." Yeah, that sucks. That would really suck to lose all of that data in a situation like this. Not a fun experience. Not at all. Yeah, I haven't been with Verizon in I don't know how many years at this point. Probably could happen with any of them, but shifting gears. I found this interesting today. Today was there was an event down in Southern California.
Just so happens.
Just so happens. AW 2026, which is all about like augmented reality and those kinds of technologies. Few pieces of news related to this show announced at the event. Number
It's in
one,
Long
Qualcomm.
Beach.
Long Beach. There we go. That's where it was. Qualcomm announced Snapdragon Reality Elite. This is the chip that is going to power some of the next generation or the next wave of XR headsets and some smart glasses, one of which I'm going to talk about in a second. So a lot of, 60% higher GPU performance, 30% faster CPU, all the numbers, going up in the ways that usually you see when Qualcomm has a new chip that they're announcing. But supports up to 4.4K, more than 4K per eye, 90 frames per second. And some of the first devices with the chip include Play for Dreams next headset and the notable, because we talked about it on this show many times, the XReal Project Aura glasses, which also got announced. More detail anyways. Like we don't have exact like official it's going to be released on this date details, but if you want to get those glasses, and these by the way are the glasses that we heard about first, we heard about them at the end of last year. I got to check them out at Google and firsthand, which was awesome. And then of course we've seen them at Google I/O and a few other events. I think a Samsung event. Was it a Samsung event where they showed them? Anyways, I feel like we've seen them a couple of times since last year. But these are running Android XR, and so they're going to be powered by that Snapdragon Reality Elite chip. Pricing apparently confirmed to be less than $1,500 according to XReal, though we don't have an exact price. And I think that's kind of in the range that I was expecting for these glasses, somewhere in that range, because they are, meant to look a little bit more like regular glasses, but You still need a puck that's connected to them, which is where the compute and the battery is stored
Yes.
and
Yes.
stuff like that.
The
But they
pocket
are really
friend.
cool. Ah, the puck. Oh,
The hot
puck.
little pocket friend, because it
Yes,
gets
the pocket
hot.
friend. Yes, it does. Well, you know what? Honestly, I'd rather the puck get hot than the temple get hot. Because on some of these glasses, when you wear them and they have the displays and they're doing all the computing and stuff inside the frame, the temple gets really warm. And yeah, I just don't like that feeling.
I'm just not looking forward to all the climate warming and these battery packs on every single.
Oh, battery everywhere.
I'm just
Batteries
imagining people at
everywhere.
Disney World like combusting. But anyway, don't mind me, and I'm sorry for imagining that out loud.
No.
Spicy
Sorry.
pillows near your face does not sound good to me.
Yeah,
Listen.
I mean, you put it that way, and yeah, I don't know if I want these anymore. But if you do, if you still want them, you can reserve them now, $99 pre-order, or put in like a reservation. That gets you a $199 credit at launch, apparently, or $299. You'll get a numbered unit with launch day delivery guarantee. There's only a couple of thousand of those, so keep that in mind. But it is expected to launch this fall. Yes, you'll be able to find it in Best Buy apparently, so you can go in and take a look at those spicy pillows before you put them on your face. And then a number of countries, including the U.S. and Canada, UK, and Japan, South Korea, getting it at release time. And then not quite Android, but definitely related is Snap. Did we hear about the Snap specs?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you want them? I think it sounds like you're really interested in them.
I signed up for the Gentle Monster mailing list. Like, I'm imagining myself in that ad campaign every single day. I'm very excited for those to come out. And
for Google's Gentle Monster collaboration, basically.
Correct. Yeah. It's because this is a third party who I don't trust with, just. It's interesting to me how Snap has managed to stay in this AR game, but like they're still not really, a primary choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they're heavily used, but it's just kind of because that's what's
Are they?
Yeah, Snapchat. Snapchat is very heavily used.
Oh, I see there. When you said
yes.
there, I thought you meant their glasses. And I was like, God,
apologies.
I don't. No. I just don't feel like, but maybe so. Like Snapchat is not a world that I frequent. My daughter frequents Snapchat. I do not frequent Snapchat. And so I'm not close to like, are there a lot of Snapchat users actually using the various different glasses that they've released over the years? I've kind of thought that it was a curiosity that they were continuing to make these types of hardware.
Expensive. That's the other thing. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not for your average your average college kid has an easier time affording a pair of Ray-Ban Metas than the Snaps. Aren't these like $1,000, $2,000 something? They're very expensive.
Yeah, the specs. So just so people know, these are not running Android. So it's only tangential that we're actually even talking about this. There's no Android on here, but they are binocular displays inside of the glasses. It's a 51-degree field of view, so you get full color binocular display. 4 hours of battery, no puck in these. It's all the compute is inside of the frame. That's why what you see if you look at pictures, kind of, in my opinion, kind of has a safety glasses kind of quality to it. A little thicker, a little chunkier, but that battery and that compute has to be hidden somewhere. There's actually a couple of the Snapdragon processors inside, one for computer vision and other things. And but $2,195, almost $2,200 for these glasses. So you're paying a pretty penny for it.
For a development
right.
Okay. I mean,
yeah. So there you go.
There you go.
What do you think, Wynn?
It's too expensive. It's just so expensive.
It is too expensive.
It's so expensive, y'all.
Like Ray-Bans are $400. You know what I mean? The Ray-Ban Metas. Yeah, you have to deal with Meta. Yes, I know, but I'm speaking about overall accessibility,
Yeah, and those will last all day. Here you're getting 4 hours. I mean, I have, what are they? The Inmo.
They do, but then they get too hot to use in the really hot.
Yeah, I mean these are Ray Neo X3 Pros, and they have all the compute and the battery in the glasses. They also kind of look like safety glasses.
A little bit.
But I mean, battery on these things is abysmal. You're lucky if you get an hour. So if you actually get 4 hours out of glasses like this and it's doing all the things, I think I want to know how they're pulling that off. But I'm curious, like how many people need/want that? We'll find out. Very curious. Yeah. Interesting. So there you go. XR Roundup.
Well,
Round it up.
Round it up.
Round it
Well,
up.
what's like a little bit cheaper than these
What?
Snap glasses is being a patron to your favorite Android-based podcast. Isn't that
That's
right?
correct.
True.
And you know what benefits you get from being one of our patrons? You get to participate in the patron pick of the week, which is 3 stories that we put up on Monday for our patrons to vote upon, and the winningest one we chat about here on the main show, and the other 2 are not thrown off into the void. We do get to talk about them during our lively musicked, differently lit after hours show. But it is
good reminder.
But yeah, it is time for the patron pick, and we also always ask for some kind of hero image. Often it is AI generated. It doesn't have to be. Okay, I need some help. What's going on? This week's is again by Kevin Murray, and is this Arrival? Encounters of the first
Let's see here.
guys are
Thanks,
way
Kevin
better at
Murray,
this
for
lore
sending
than
in
I
this
am.
epic moment of Arrival made with Gemini. Kevin said his
Okay.
inspiration was droids coming down to the planet, as in the Phantom Menace, combined with Vulcans making first contact in Star Trek First Contact. So
There
it's a
you go.
mashup.
It's a mashup.
Okay.
Okay. So the androids are
Fanfic.
coming down and making first contact with us, and I actually think the leader is making the live long and prosper Vulcan sign. So thank you so much, Kevin, for sending us an inspired image. So in regards to the stories that y'all voted on, or that patrons rather voted on, the least winningest one, with but 7% of the vote, is One UI 9 finally brings network speed meter to Galaxy phones. We won't talk about
Okay.
that right now. The second winningest was at 39%. Gemini can now control your Google's TV settings, but only on these models. What models would they be? We don't know just yet. Well, we will talk about it during after hours, but what we will talk about now is I don't know how you pronounce this. It's /E /OS4 EOS. So it's
Sure.
it's written /E/OS 4.0, which is Morena's Android fork. So if you're someone who really likes Android but really doesn't like Google, and there's plenty of people about, and there's plenty of companies that are trying to de-Google phones, Android phones in particular, this might be up your alley. Morena, or is it Marina or Morena? Morena? I'm going to go with Morena.
Sure.
Morena. Yeah, there we go. We're going to go with Morena.
Nice color.
Morena has shipped, has announced, again, EOS 4.0, which is the latest version of its Google-free Android fork. Morena is kind of the kind of like the headline feature for this release is a one-click migration flow that pulls in your Google Drive files and Gmail messages, kind of just in one easy shot, so that leaving the Google ecosystem is less painful. It also offers a lot of kind of filler features and software that will help you, again, kind of break your ties to the Google ecosystem. This includes Morena Backup, which is kind of like the first debut of this feature, and it is a cloud backup equivalent, and it will back up your apps, app system settings, accounts, emails, media, and calendars all to your Morena account. Also, if you're a productivity person and you need some kind of workspacey things, the Morena Workspace gets 2 big additions with this release. Actually, it's going to be an EOS 4.1, which is coming out next month, it looks like. And one is Morena Meet, unsurprisingly, a Google Meet style video service, but again, operated on Morena's
Another one.
Oh, sorry. She heard me. My phone heard me, and it's like, "Hey, do you want to start a chat right now?" I was like, "No, thank you, darling. I'm good." But yeah, basically, Marina is hosting all of these Google substitutes on their infrastructure with like Marina Meet, which has meeting scheduling, screen sharing, all that kind of stuff you would be used to, as well as Marina Sign, which is actually kind of interesting. It is document signing for PDFs, Words, Docs, and ODT. Yeah, so definitely a kind of trying to already say, "Hey, you can run your enterprise business stuff on us." And a few other like cute little goodies like default wallpapers if you're already a EOS user. So a lot of these, de-Googlefy companies have a hardware component, and Marina also is going to be working with German brand Gigaset in launching a GS6 and GS6 Pro phones running EOS. And yeah, so they have their own hardware as well and so that's kind of like their entry or their, I don't know, their characters in the de-Googlefy story. So there you go. If you want other options, like I know we talked about the Punkt phone, which runs 'OS and it kind of collaborates with Proton. I know we talked about Proton last couple of weeks. That's an option, but here is another option for you to de-Googlefy your life, which seems to be something that people are, not that they're increasingly doing, but we're hearing. I feel like we're hearing a lot more of that now. Having more options.
People are logging off. People are, I was shopping for a CD player the other day, like a legit one to put in my house. So that's where we're going.
Well, so there you go. If you're someone who's interested or maybe already using Marina, and let us know how it's pronounced. I am so sorry. Let us know. I mean, it's really fascinating to see how many folks are still Android enthusiasts, but less Google enthusiasts, and what you all do to kind of, handle those two goals. But that's it.
There's something about it that reminds me of like the Next Bit Robin. You remember that? I mean, it's
of course we remember the Next Bit Robin.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it has maybe a soft touch kind of quality that one had, or I don't even know if it was soft touch, but
it's definitely fun.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, and there is, I don't know how many people are actually buying devices that de-Googlefy and strip away things,
you
like
would be
the
surprised.
light phone, the Fairphone, or not the Fairphone, but the light phone and stuff. I'm sure there's quite a market for it. And it's not running Android, but it is near and dear to my heart that the old school retro computing brand Commodore today also announced a phone that is meant to digital detox for you.
That's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
And with it's just a standard flip phone. This is also not running Android, though it's running Sailfish OS, which is developed by Jala and is compatible with a bunch of Android phones. The thing about this phone that's different, though, is that they literally make it impossible for you. I mean, unless you hack it, I think. But they basically strip away social media, and they say you cannot even install this if you want to on this phone. And you can't have your email on here. You can't have your Slack on here. This is truly meant to be like the phone you use all the other times when you're not like working, and you have a second phone that does all those things. But when you
have a second phone to log off. Honestly,
yes.
That sounds dreamy. I would love that.
Yeah. More and more. Yeah. But and it's got such a retro feel to it. I love it. I think it's so purty. So purty.
I like it.
Retro's new again.
It totally is.
What's old is new again.
What's old is new again. Well, that's it for the patron pick of the week, but we do want to take the time to thank folks like Mark Hill from the UK. I know we say it all the time because it's true. We literally could not do the show without you. So if you are interested in helping us continue to do the show, patreon.com/AndroidFaithful.
Yeah. Thank you, patrons. All right. Allow us to take a quick break and take a deep breath.
Allow us,
please, to do this, to give our brains a little bit of a rest. And when we come back, we'll talk about how Nothing Phone is suddenly getting a little bit more tangible in the U.S. That's coming up in a moment. All right. Nothing, the brand that I do not have within reach of where I'm sitting right now. Dang, I failed you all, but I promise I have one around here somewhere. Nothing, of course, they have their headphones. They've got their smartphones that all look very unique and different. And they are apparently they've struck a deal with Best Buy, which means that very soon you'll be able to walk into Best Buy and find Nothing products. And there you go. Wow, we've got like an assortment of Nothing products because
We've been here
couldn't
waiting
deliver.
patiently for you to notice.
Sorry. Now I see. Oh, see,
When Jason
you're going to be
needs
able
us,
to
we
walk into a
show
store and
up.
see that. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
you'll
you
go
for
to the
showing
store
up.
and you'll see this phone, which is the phone for a pro.
It's the for whatever the latest
I
phone
just
was.
reviewed it too, but I'm so afraid of getting the name wrong because
Yeah,
the
the
name
4A
is so
Pro.
like.
And the headphone one parentheses ones.
Yep.
Yes, the headphone
There's the
Yeah, I
headphone
didn't
one.
know.
one.
that is
There you
right.
go.
There you go. With the boxy ear cups.
Yes, and
Kinda looks like
physical
a robot would
controls.
wear them. I think this makes a lot of sense for a brand like Nothing. I think this makes a lot of sense because Nothing really is, as we've talked about many times,
It's a Best Buy phone.
it's a very different type of design, and when you see it in person, you kind of do want to go over there and take a second look. And a lot of other phones just look like phones, and Nothing phones look pretty unique. And so
A lot of the
I think
phones
that
now
could
look
work.
like an iPhone from the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So, I mean, well, to be fair.
Yes. Don't be fair. We don't need
Is
it.
this an iPhone Max? Wow. Wow, it's got a glyph system. Okay, just kidding. I'm being silly, everyone.
I'm just realizing I got a story that's out of order because really, when your story should come after.
Oh yes.
this
Should we
one,
do
because
it?
We can do
Let's
it.
do
We can
it.
do
They
it.
play in order. Yes, we should do it, but I just want to say I think this is going to work out. Probably, I'm hoping this will work out pretty well for Nothing. Better than OnePlus showing up in carrier stores, which apparently did not work out well for them at all.
That
whatever
just makes me sad.
No.
Yeah, it makes me sad. Missed opportunity, but I don't know. I think Nothing could capitalize off being at Best Buy.
I think so too. Yes, especially with like things like tactile and the glyphs and things like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of glyphs and fancy things on the back of your phone, it is not just Nothing that is doing it now. So we like Techno here. Techno is and I forgot their super grandparent company, but they are a manufacturer that focuses on emerging markets, particularly in Africa, India, and we so a couple weeks ago, I think when neither Flo and I were here, Jason and Ron discovered during after hours the new phenomenon of a lot of mid to lower range phones having fake lenses so that they
Apparently.
seem premium. So they're lenses that don't do nothing, but from the back they look like you have like an upscale phone array. Question
Yeah.
mark. It's a thing.
You might have a phone like this, and yes, it looks like it has like all these lenses, but that and that are dummy lenses. They're just there for show. It's crazy that is existing, but it is.
Fake holes.
You know what? They do that on. They do it on one of the Moto G stylus. It looks like it has 4 lenses.
On the
Oh,
Moto G
really?
style, Motorola does this.
Yes.
Wow.
They have okay, but not to this extent. Apologies. They put the sensors really big on the back so it looks from far away like it has 4 lenses. So it looks more premium than it's shooting because it's actually only a dual camera system. But I had
my
made a
goodness.
remark about it about how this is just trying to look like
Scameras.
they do more,
Scuttlefield on YouTube says scameras. I love
Scameras.
it. Yep.
Oh my god, that's excellent. So, okay, so if you don't like the idea of a scamera or just a fake camera, a fake hole, if you will, just for the purposes of appearances, Techno said, you know what? F it. We're gonna make one of those lenses actually do something. And so the Techno Pova 8 5G does have a third lens. I'm doing bunny ears for those on the audio only stream. But that third lens is really a Nothing style glyph, and it's a dot matrix mini display that will allow you to kind of see alerts, icons, and other statuses via that dot matrix display. It definitely is something. I mean, it does from far away. I guess if the glyph is not lit, it would look like a camera array, and it's The camera bump is like a triangle that's kind of like corner, like anchored to the top left corner. So yes, you could kind of squint and think that it's just a triple camera away, but the bottom camera is in fact this glyph dot matrix. But you know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
No.
At least it does something, and it does
Exactly.
kind of
It's functional.
It's functional, so it's not actually like a fake hole. It's there.
No.
It does things, and it does play with the with what we just mentioned that nothing is good at, with something a little bit playful, a little bit different than your normal phone. There's not a lot of information if you happen to be a listener in India. This is going to be released in India, and you can find it at the Techno Mobile India site. And it seems to be, let's see, Android 16 base, MediaTek Dimensity 7100 Silicon. I don't know where GSM Arena is getting these stats from because they're not actually listed on the site. But what is really fascinating is that this is a budget phone. I think the price when converted to, wait a minute, it converted it to euros. On GSM they had euros. What's 270 euros? It's a cheap phone, but regardless of whether euros, 270 euros is pretty cheap, and it has an 8,000 milliamp battery, claiming 2 days of battery life, which is very in right now with the big stunken battery.
It's possible.
So it is yes. So it's 2,000 total cycles and 2 days between charges, and it definitely, if you scroll down, I forgot if you scroll down or scroll up, but they make a really big deal out of the design, and they do actually have this nothing thing where there's a lot of hay and copy on their website about this back, which the back does really look like nothing, where it has like the transparent, there's like transparent areas, and you see these kind of like raised, like opaque metal bits that seem very like technical, like you're looking at the insides of the phone. It's like slightly industrial, but like hip, clean, minimalist industrial, if that makes sense. That's a lot of adjectives I just strung together. But it really, actually, the more I look at this, it really does seem like they're trying to go after the nothing style, which is not a hate necessarily, but yeah, if you take a look at it, it's not a hate, but it is an inspiration perhaps.
I think it's pretty obvious the inspiration that they're pulling from here. I mean, even some of the typeset that they have on.
Actually, that's a really good point. All that Courier font.
Yeah, some of the typeset has a total nothing quality to it. I don't know. This is a pretty obvious nothing inspired device.
For audio listeners, there's a promo picture of the phone getting hosed by like 4 like robot arms, like hose is in like water spraying at it to let you know
like
that it is a
wash.
durable phone.
High power,
it is like
pressure.
a car wash. It's like a techno car wash. Sorry, techno, not techno the brand, but technological car wash. It's a lot. They definitely are going with it with the branding. Oh my gosh, dude! The more I look at it, it looks very nothing. Even like that header page with like the graph paper and the like the slight serif font with
Totally.
dude.
And they can get away with it too. That's the other thing, is because there's a lot of copycat brands like this.
Oh man! It says the tagline is delete normal with the POVA 8 5G. So there you go.
Delete normal, copy nothing.
Who knows? Maybe nothing started the little circular glyph trend. This is just the second of the wave, and now they're all going to have it in like 2 years. Even Samsung. No, I don't think that's actually going to happen. But it's unique-ish.
It
Maybe
is.
a little less unique now.
Now that we've kind of like looked over it.
Now that Techno is completely ripping it off, basically.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Interesting.
There we go. Should we
There we are.
should we talk about Lenovo for a quick
Yeah.
second?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay. This one's wild. So this is wild because they call it the Lenovo ThinkTab X11, but what they should have called it was the Lenovo Think Tank.
Think Tank.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Got a nice ring to it.
It's because it's a really rugged tablet. It has a really big battery, and that was the joke I was trying to make.
Oh.
Thinking of the Jolly Green Giant. Thank you.
I just thought it sounded nice, but yeah, you're right. As a rugged Android tablet, it could be the Think
Listen,
Tank. I like that.
I'm just trying my marketing arm here on Android Faithful. But now this is a work tablet. So this is one of Lenovo's work devices. So this device features IP68 dust and water resistance. It's got military certification, and it's also got optimized business features such as front-facing NFC point and the option to run the tablet in a battery-less mode. as a kiosk. So you can use it in a makeshift kiosk as you need. It also has 2 USB-C port, a Tab Pen XE stylus, and 4 years of software support, which isn't forever, but it's something. That's all we can ask for at this point in time. It's a 10.95-inch display with Android 16 out of the box, a very mid-tier Snapdragon 7S Gen 3 chipset, 8 gigs of RAM, and pretty much everything that you possibly need to use it as a kiosk manager, including a removable battery. So when the kiosk goes down, you just swoop in with a battery and save the day. People can continue their transactions. Continue them. Yes. There's also micro SD expansion on here, a rarity in these days, a headphone jack, I mentioned long battery life, so 10,200 milliamp battery, and Wi-Fi 6E support, which is good news for those of you updating your routers.
Okay.
So $500 from Lenovo.com, and that's for the 128 gig model. There's also a 256 gig model for $580.
That does have a little bit of chunk to it, doesn't it?
It does.
Little.
Let them be chunky.
Yeah.
Thick
It's not a bad
tablets.
thing.
THICC tablets. There's got to be a pun in there somewhere.
THICC. Thick tablet. Okay. $500 gets you a thick tablet. There you go. You go, Lenovo.
That's right.
All right. All right. We are going to take a break. And on the other side of the break, we've got some app news. We've got an email. We've got so much. And I might even, during the break, take another sip of this delicious Sprite soda. That's coming up here.
Not sponsored by Sprite.
Yeah, definitely not sponsored by Sprite. Although, hit us up if you want to sponsor us, Sprite. I'm just saying, we would gladly accept. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a moment.
Do you believe it's PepsiCo? No, PepsiCo is... Wait. I think Sprite is Coca-Cola.
All right, we're back, and we're just investigating. Sprite is a product of a scrappy upstart that most of us have never heard of before called Coca-Cola Company.
Yes.
So I think if we reach out to Coca-Cola Company and we tell them, hey, we do an Android-based podcast, we've got a really dedicated fan base that's been following us for years that loves our soda suggestions, maybe they'd sponsor us. I'm just saying.
Maybe they would sponsor us. You know who has a better time of sponsoring us, I think?
Who?
Waze.
Waze.
Which
AKA
is actually our first item.
Maybe.
So back from the break, we're talking about Waze. And so this is actually really great stuff to know. It started rolling out traffic lights more widely in navigation. So now you know when you should be probably speeding down because there's a traffic light ahead. It's not available. It was not available to everyone while they were testing it, but now this is the broader rollout of it. And so if you want, you can put this in Waze. It's not available in Google Maps. It's not available in Apple Maps. Apparently this has been in testing since December 2025. So if you use it in Android Auto, for instance, you'll get a nice clear icon, sort of emoji-like, letting you know that there's a 5-way intersection that you are coming to a stop to. So you better be preparing yourself.
Better get ready
for that
light.
laborious intersection. I will say I appreciate this. I've really appreciated Google Maps adding like the stop signs to the navigation, because when I'm in San Francisco, for instance, I know when I should be, pressing the gas or riding the brake.
I feel like I've seen lights, but I'm looking at navigation in Maps right now. I don't use Waze. I use Google Maps.
Yeah, I also do. I'm sorry.
It's definitely been on auto. This is I was in California for work about 2 weeks ago, and this is the first time I have not made a wrong turn onto a ramp while I was driving in the South Bay, and I know days of that incident is not zero, but yes, I attribute it. Actually, I'm not even kidding. I attribute it strongly to a lot of the improvements they've made to Maps and Auto in particular, with things like the traffic lights and the stop signs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
South Bay is all
I-
about U-turns and like getting back to where you were supposed to go. And I was down there all week last week, and you know when I did have my car to drive it, even when I didn't, it was hard. It was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
Oh
So
wait,
it's
I
good
did
to
make
know
one wrong
ways.
turn. I did make one wrong turn, but that was on me. Also, I was up in the mountains, for a party thing. I don't even know where it is, but we were literally like in the mountains, and so
I was at a party and I made a wrong turn,
at a
and
party
I'm
in
just
the
so glad I
mountains.
made it out of here alive.
Have you guys ever heard of Nestle Down? It's in Los Gatos.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Nestledown is one of the very famous, very expensive wedding venues for the millennial generation. I don't know if Gen Z is as into it, but anyway.
There was like a dragon in a tree print. But yes, I was driving up to Nestle Down, which is, I just knew I was going to make a wrong turn because it was up. I just knew I was going to. But in my defense, that was it. I navigated back the usual route.
You didn't
in
need
my,
waste. That's okay.
I didn't. Maybe I did. Anyway.
Anyway.
Just also to clarify, it shows that there is a light at the intersection. It doesn't necessarily show you what the light says. So don't think that you're going to
Oh,
suddenly
I thought that
point.
goes without saying.
Get
But yes,
greens and
it shows you
reds
to
and
be
stuff.
prepared to stop.
yes, shows you that there is a light there, but it doesn't show
Yes.
you what the light says.
There is a light that doesn't go out.
Yeah.
If only Ron was here for that one.
Who is it? Who is that from? What is that from?
It was the Smiths.
Oh, okay. All right. That's why I didn't know. I only like, a few of his songs.
Okay.
So it is a good thing that Ron's not here.
Sorry, Ron.
He'd eject me from the stage. Anywho.
All right. Well, we can go from ways to where. And if you were a Telegram person, you're going to be very thrilled because 5 years after they killed their Wear OS app, Telegram is bringing them back. We're actually bringing back both their Apple Watch and Android Wear OS apps. Both of them are here or rolling out. Quietly dropped. Okay, they quietly dropped it for Apple Watch, and now Wear OS is getting it as well. It's really interesting because given the time period, this is the first time Telegram will be on the Pixel Watch and Galaxy Watch since they didn't exist 5 years ago, ? So yes, actually Galaxy Watch was still running Tizen back then. So that's why these are brand new to Samsung Galaxy Watches and your Pixel Watches. The app supports a lot of features, full access to your chats, the ability to send and listen to voice messages. So there was a very cheeky post that Telegram put out about this, which it was very cheeky, explaining that for some reason, this is a quote from their announcement. For some reason, our Android developer added muting and pinning chats as well as deleting messages. Meanwhile, the iOS developer added viewing locations and sending stickers. Why? ? We will never know. We've convinced them to steal these features from each other in the next update. So there you go. There's also some major upgrades to bot text formatting, links in poll options for just the regular app as well, markdown file support, and some other kind of niceties. So if you are Telegram users, make sure to not just update your phone app, but also check out either Wear OS or Apple Watch, whatever your wearable platform of choice is, and check out the brand new Back from the Dead Telegram wearable apps, wearable experiences. So there you go.
The Zombie Telegram app on your Wear Watch.
That's my zombie Telegram app impression. There you go.
I kind of feel like a zombie Telegram app right now.
You need another Sprite, dude.
I do. Yeah, I know it's empty. Well, it's not empty, but it's almost empty, and I don't know what I'm going to do once it's empty. Do I get another one? Ooh, we'll have to find out, but I probably won't.
It's a slippery slope, my man.
It is a slippery slope. Yeah, I don't use Telegram, but do I even stay logged in on Telegram? I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised if I don't.
I
stay
kind of
logged in,
stopped because it got a little shady after
Yes.
a while, and I was like, I need a break.
That is also me.
All I ever get on Telegram are random people I don't know saying random one sentence things to try and entice me to chat with them. So
Hey.
Yeah, hey. Yeah. How did you know? Right at the top of my conversation thing is someone
It's me.
saying hey. And then hi, hello there. And hi. And hi, following up on our previous conversation.
Oh my goodness.
And Did you let your boss know?
Wait, was that it? That's the message? Did you let your
That's
boss
the
know?
message.
That's
Hi.
terrifying.
Yeah.
That's
I think
spicy.
I know it is kind of spicy. They do that, I think, because they want to entice you to like reply, and then they got you. They're like, "Oh, I've got an
spicy pig
we
butchering.
got a live
there.
one over here." Yeah. So, anyways, that's all the messages that I ever get on Telegram. I don't know that I ever get anything from an actual person that I know. So why do I keep it on my phone? It's a good question. I have no idea. But anyways, that's the way it is. And we have some email. We got an email or some feedback. contact@androidfaithful.com. Thuranga from Melbourne, Australia says, "Hi, Android Faithful crew. Big thanks to Win for her perspective on AI." Because Win, I don't know if you knew this or not. You do because you were here last week. The title was named after you. And the art was done after your...
I looked like a superhero. Thank you, whoever
You're
did
like,
that.
oh, I know. I was really happy with that one. Thuranga says, to add to what you said, Win, I'd like to add share price focused CEOs who will be using this as an opportunity to reduce engineering costs by cutting headcount and forcing the remaining handful of staff to use AI tools to develop product. When things fall apart, the blame will be put on those engineers, not the half-baked tools, nor people who ignored how many humans you actually need. Not too long ago, I left a long-term job that I really enjoyed because I could see the writing on the wall. That's one point, because Thuranga had points on different things.
Oh, okay.
So agreeing with you on that one. Second point, Dream Beans. This was kind of my point, and I appreciated reading this. I wonder what kind of data center resource load this little experiment took or will take before Google shuts it down, which my commentary is absolutely inevitable. There's a lot of negative press around data centers and the water and energy they need to run. I don't think gimmicks like this help. It does seem like a pretty pointless app. At the same time, anyone can create any app they want. There's nothing stopping people to create even pointless apps. So I can see both sides on that one. But nobody's going to use it. They're going to shut it down in a year. That's just a fact. Maybe not a fact, but it's probably pretty likely. Thuranga says, I've recently started asking myself if it was time to get off the train as, like Josh from iFanboy with Star Wars, I have what I need and the future doesn't appear to give me any more. I've had a Pixel 10 Pro in my Google Store cart for a few days to replace my increasingly glitchy 6 Pro, but can't get myself to push the button because of the AI. It'll take up a chunk of memory for software that I'll disable or never use, but is the familiarity, the cameras, and promise of software updates enough to warrant spending nearly $2,000 Australian? Is it time to track down a Ulefone and simplify my life? Thanks for the show. Thuranga, it might just be. I mean, I don't,
Everybody,
again, like we were talking earlier.
If you go to Reddit and you go to Dumb Phones, like I know that's an awful name for the place, but yes, it's a little bubble and the algorithm is probably serving it to me more often than other people. But like you see a lot of people are trying to reclaim their lives, their tech lives back. Like the whole thing with the with the Cyberdeck and folks like building their ultimate like DIY computer, that whole thing is art of people screaming to have that control back over what used to be malleable DIY stuff. I feel that, and it does suck when you have to break up with an IP.
Yeah.
It does.
After
I've
20
had to
years
I've had to break up a little bit with 90210 because my favorite actors passed away. Rest in peace, Luke Perry and Shannon Doherty. And the other actors are all kind of not people I would normally stan, as you would say. And so I've had to pull away quite a bit. And so I can imagine people doing that with the Pixel hardware.
Could be. Or Android in general, or Google in general, or all things. I mean, there's a bit of a tech backlash, whatever you want to call it, happening right now. And AI is a big reason
You're
for
exhausted by all this stuff.
Sometimes I get exhausted by all this stuff. It's a lot, and it's been a lot for a long time. But I also find things that I'm very passionate about in it too. So I'm not quite there yet, but I can understand when people get there.
Thank you, Saranga, especially because I know Saranga often writes into us. So thank you. I'm glad you appreciated it, and I appreciate your points as well. Everybody look up what happened at Block before Jack Dorsey cut 90% of engineering, to your point. But no more on that. But yeah, anyway.
And while we were recording this podcast, 3 more tech companies laid off
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, probably.
No, I mean...
Probably so. Not surprised. Well, on that light note.
on that
happy note. Oh my gosh.
Is this the best time for me to promote my AI podcast? Oh, no. Maybe,
you know what, Jason? Your
not.
AI podcast is great because you actually explain to me the stuff that I need to care about. You distill it down. Like, you are the reason that I understand agentic anything. I didn't understand anything they were telling me.
Yeah.
I was quite confused. And then you started to break it down, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So
I wasn't fishing, but I'll accept the compliment.
I'm being real.
Thank you. That's nice. I love hearing that. Well, Flo, where can people follow what you are doing?
Well, I write for PCMag.com, which you may know as PC Magazine from back in the day, but now they are my employer, and which is where I am full time. Or you can go to FlorenceIon.com and pretend you still support me independently. That's why you're here at this podcast, after all. Speaking of independence, don't forget that I've got a podcast I do weekly with Andy and Notco over on the Material Network. Listen to us every week talk about Google. And sometimes we talk about Apple too, because apparently there's a lot of Google coming to Apple.
There's a lot of overlap. What is CDs? Is this like music CDs or investments?
So I started a coding project where I was trying to learn Python so that I could have this script fetch me album art of all the CDs I had ripped into a folder. Awesome. Now, this is about a year out of date because I have a bunch of projects I'm working on behind the scenes, you know, with the no free time I have because everybody keeps having developer conferences.
Yeah.
But that was the beginning of my CD collecting journey. So like
I love it.
We've surpassed.
You've got your Joost.
I do.
You've got your Papa Roach. You've got your these 2 Chemical Brothers albums. Those are classic. Those go down in my back catalog. Pretty hardcore. And Aphex Twin. Excellent. You cover a lot of ground here. Love it. Go to FlorenceIon.com.
Jason approves of my music library. Yay!
That's cool. I love it. And Daft Punk. Oh, there's some good stuff in here.
Of course, Daft Punk.
Of course. Win, what do you want to leave people with?
Android developer, randomlytyping.com. I was just at Scott Johnson Frog Pants' Nerdtacular this last weekend.
Yes, you were. I'm so jealous.
I also want to shout out, by the way, very specifically, I think Batfink, Seamus, and Evan, and I know there were more people there who watched the show, but specifically Evan, who called out Android Faithful very particularly, and I saw there. So thank you all for. It was mostly like a Frog Pants thing, but it was really nice hearing a little bit of Android Faithful love. Evan asked us if we had Android Faithful ribbons. So the big thing is we don't know if there's ever going to be another Nerdtacular again. But if there ever is, we'll figure out getting ribbons.
Figure out how we get there. Yeah.
Totally. Maybe get us there and get some ribbons there. I was mostly there as part of DTNS, which I co-host with Tom on Thursdays, Jason Howell up there on Fridays. So if you're not sick of hearing my voice, you can find me over there as well. But that's it. That's me. But yeah, thank you, Seamus, Evan. And I'm so sorry if you are an Android Faithful fan specifically, and I didn't mention you because there was a little bit of crossover with DTNS there in a good way. So, but yeah, it was a really great time. And there might be karaoke videos of us up at some point. Oh my gosh.
Saw some
So-
pictures from the crowd, like, with the things going on stage. I was like, wow, there's a lot of people at this event.
Yeah, and it was a
Quite a
really
turnout.
lovely community, very inclusive, very warm. I was very impressed. So
Oh, I love that. I
It's
love when you go to an
re-
event and you're like,
Yeah,
was well done.
That's cool.
yeah,
I gotta,
really great,
gotta
really
make that happen.
stellar
I think
community.
they do something in Vegas,
Vegas,
on a regular
yes.
basis too. So maybe the next thing that they do in Vegas, we can pitch them on like an Android Faithful meetup, or you know what I mean, do
Like
the
a side
show from
meetup,
there
yeah,
and-
something like that. Because they don't do as many
and,
panels
be
for that,
part of
but
the
yeah.
things. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh yeah,
I think it'd be fun.
Willie, we'll have to do Vegas so we can meet you in person as well. But yeah, it was really, 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 really great. You guys, super great.
Well, I'm jealous. I wish I had gone.
I haven't been to Vegas ever. I know that's kind of weird because I've never made it to CES or anything. And they did like some game shows and like one of the questions was like
God.
which hotels in Vegas have like the highest capacity. And I'm sitting next to Tom Merritt and he's like rattling off like, oh well, there's like the Fontainebleau and it's like dude, I have no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah, he's-
So yeah.
He's an encyclopedia in and of himself.
I just didn't realize Vegas hotels was in that encyclopedia, but there you go.
That's the thing. You just don't know what he's going to come out with. It's impressive. Yeah, so I did mention AI Inside. You can go to the Patreon, just search for AI Inside Show. That gives you access to the daily podcast that I'm now doing there for patrons, although every Friday episode is free, so you can find it there. But every Wednesday I do the podcast with Jeff. We've got a couple of big interviews. One interview definitely related to this show. Can't talk about it yet, but it is a Google interview that you are going to want to watch. I guarantee it. I am so excited for it. That's coming in a couple of weeks. So check it out on AI Inside. Real quick, just want to also mention, the Patreon for Android Faithful, right? We try and give you a whole lot of reasons to support us on the Patreon, because it really does help. We also give you access to an entirely extra special show that we do the minute we end the recording of this public episode. We go into After Hours, where we talk about
after
the
a
two
quick
stories.
bathroom break. Yes.
Yeah, after a quick Sprite break, we go get some more
you go.
Sprite. We shotgun the Sprite. And then we record After Hours. So let me tell you, it's a hoot and holler. We will talk about the patron picks that we did not get picked. Gemini controlling your Google TV settings. One UI 9 finally bringing network speed meter to Galaxy phones. And then we talk about other things that didn't make it to the main show, like a Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra competitor that also has one of those screw-on 200 millimeter teleconverters for optical zoom.
boy.
More of those things
boy.
happening. Samsung leaking its next phone. Like it did it. Whoops. But, we got to point fingers and laugh sometimes. Oppo having a wide foldable. These are the things that we're going to talk about in After Hours. And so, become a patron, support us there, and you'll get access to that each and every week. It's like a bonus episode of the podcast that only patrons get. And then, of course, AndroidFaithful.com for all the information you need about everything that we do related to this show. We record every Tuesday evening, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And there's a live show you can tune into on YouTube. It's just a ton of fun. Next week, Ron will be back. I don't know who else is going to be on the show, but I guarantee you it's going to be a good time. We'll see you next time on Android Faithful.
We really do have to throw an Android rave at some point.
Here, open up, buddy. Here, have a sip.
Now I'm willing to sell out to the Coca-Cola company.
Why? Because you want to have a delicious Sprite for yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, did we get any titles? Let us
What did we
see
get?
If
Had so many good
TV.
ones.
Hey, we did. We got a lot. 22.
Thank you,
22
guys.
votes. Okay.
Wait.
21 titles. Polyandroidery, which, we kind of set up for that one.
Yeah, we did perversely.
Carbonated polyandroidism. Android 17 release day. Are you polyandroidous or Android unfaithful? Ooh, I like what you did there. That's good. That's good. Bubbling up a slice of Android 17. And Flo's out of here.
With audio only?
Okay. Maybe she's working on something. Android 17 now for the cool creator kids. The episode where we go poly. Verizon's now that would either get more people to watch and listen or less people to watch and listen. I'm not entirely sure which direction that one will
And
take.
my husband will have questions.
Yes, totally. Verizon's big whoopies.
Oh dear.
Okay. Spicy pillows for your face. Nothing might be your best buy.
Oh.
Scameras.
Scameras.
Okay, that's one word, but I like it. Get some autofocus
Oh.
on your scamera.
I like
There we
that.
go. Scuttlefield throwing down some knowledge here. Spicy pig butchering. Did you put that in there?
I put that in there. Sorry.
Did that come up?
Because you were talking about the pig butchering scam. You didn't call it pig butchering. We were talking about your scam text on Telegram, and we were talking about spicy pillows for some reason.
I see.
I don't
Okay.
know how that. Or no, it wasn't spicy pillows. I don't know. We've talked about spicy a lot of things. Anyway.
There was a lot of spicy going on.
Mm-hmm.
9021 oh no. Nice. Sprite gas. Yes. That's a call back to the very beginning. Android 17 furrowed browsing. Gemini intestinal absence.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Yikes!
It's getting very anatomical in here. The Android teeter totter.
Oh my god.
Spicy pocket pillows.
Listen, I love polyandroidus because I think it's hilarious. I
think it's.
I love
and we
making
really
fun
set
of-
up for that one.
Oh,
we
but
knew.
dear Godspeed coming up with a thumbnail for that one, dude.
I already have ideas. I think I
Okay.
can pull this one off.
Oh, I
Alright.
can't wait.
I think this is good.
Excellent.
So is
okay.
it the
Let's-
polyandroidery, or was that the one?
Oh my god. Yes,
Poly-
polyandroidery.
Androidery.
I know we usually don't like to do titles about pre-show stuff, but man, did we manifest
we-
that one?
we
talked
brought
about
that
it.
into the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's like it's a lot of we brought it in. So anyway,
we did what we
brought it
needed to
in.
do to make that pre-show topic a show topic. So
there we go. We did the homework.
Yeah.
We did
we
legwork.
did the homework. We had intention. We live our lives with intention, and that's why. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well there we go. We did it, and now we have another podcast to record. Don't we?
All right.
we do.
Thank you, everyone. It was so great being here with you tonight. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you,
Y'all are
guys. It's a
Great.
great
Thank you for
time.
tons of title suggestions. That was awesome. Let's do it again next week.
Yes, please.
And yeah, have a wonderful evening, everybody. Good to see y'all.
Bye.
Bye.